been started by the income tax department, or the city headline of Nagpur Municipal Corporation, or of eradication of manual scavenging in one of the districts of UP, or providing video interface between the prisoners and their families in Jharkhand. I can go on and give you scores of such cases. But they do not find any place in the mainstream media. Not even a semi-column is devoted to them. So as Anil Tyagi said, we are really grateful to our present Prime Minister, who instituted the Excellence Awards in Civil Service. Every year, after the awards are presented, the Department of Personnel comes out with a compendium of these cases to criticize the policies and actions of the government. I fail to understand if there is an unauthorized person in this country today. Every citizen of the country is entitled, legally entitled, to demand and get information from the government. In such a situation, what is guaranteed to a common citizen should not be denied to a civil servant. I request the minister, if he wants, we can submit a note to him that this anomaly must be removed. There are so many senior officers who have spoken to me about this, and they say, we are precluded, we can't ever air our views. So if this could be corrected, the civil servants will be very grateful to you, sir. With these few words, I once again congratulate the civil servants, the colleagues who are being honored today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prabhat Kumar, and all we can say is that we are very highly motivated. I, as an MC, have had the opportunity many times on the side to listen to him over the years. I think he deserves a very big round of applause because what he said was amazing, isn't it? All of us who are not a part of the government today, like me, I'm a part of the media and the corporate world, have been associated with the government in some way or the other over time. I was born into a family where my father and an uncle were IS officers. Many of my friends who are alumni of the St. Stephen's College today serve the government in the police and the administrative service. I just want to add, because I'm very emotional after your speech, that why is it that there is a huge disconnect between the excellence and the work done in the government and the common people? And why is it that exposés only highlight criticism and not the excellence? Recently we had a gathering, a social gathering, where many of my friends who are much junior than the esteemed people sitting in front are IS officers. They were with me in school and college, and we were generally discussing. This is very important, you must listen to this. And I was the only one probably who was not a part of the government in that gathering of about 10, 12 people. We have studied in school and college together, and they are all IS officers. So I was talking about the media, the excellent work we are doing, and the corporate work that we are doing, and the achievements that we have. One of my friends, who is here in Delhi at the moment, a part of the railway board, brilliant guy, we all competed with each other in academics over time, said that, Pallav, how many people do you manage in the corporate or the media world? I said, a few hundreds at a time, if you are in the top management level. He said, we manage lakhs of people. I kept quiet. I think everybody who has served the government and everybody who's here serving the government, and for your families, I think a very big round of applause. Because we are here because of your wonderful families who has given us such great bureaucrats. Thank you so much. Before we move on to the presentation of the governance awards, and that is basically what the award is all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very humble beginning. I would like to request Mr. Ajay Jha to kindly quickly come forward and make one small presentation of the shawl and bouquet to a gentleman who's just joined in. He wasn't there at that time. Mr. Ajay Jha, if you could kindly quickly come on stage, please. And I would like to request a member of the Indian Police Service and a great supporter of gfiles and in giving shape to the governance awards, Mr. Amitabh Thakur, to kindly come on stage and receive a small token of appreciation. Mr. Amitabh Thakur, please. A member of the Indian Police Service from Lucknow, please.
Amitabh Thakur, I must introduce to him. He is a very prolific writer and he is very passionate about the issues. Being in the service, he is very vocal, very brave, and we must congratulate him. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the presentation of the awards. And before I invite our Honorable Minister on stage, let me give you an introduction to the thought, mind and soul of the awards once formally. Governance, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most widely used, misunderstood and abused concepts in public administration. The present award is an attempt, a very humble attempt, to recognize excellence in governance by an independent jury comprising of former bureaucrats and unmatched standing backed by the credibility and goodwill of gfiles. The aim is to recognize people with consistent performance of the highest standards and those who have made a major contribution to the Indian society over the sands of time. Every individual, howsoever humble, nurses a desire to be patted on the back, recognized and appreciated for his good works once a while. Many people, however, remain unsung heroes and never get an opportunity even during their lifetime to get appreciated in front of seniors, juniors, and colleagues. An award can work wonders on the morale of the person getting the award and motivate him or her to work even harder and set a positive example for others to follow. Doing good work does not mean doing great and earth-shaking things. Sometimes doing the same mundane duties with a different approach can make all the difference. That's what leadership is. The importance of this award ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, is that for the first time such an award is being given away, and this shall not be the last time, and we would like to leave a legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Salman Khurshid to kindly come and accept this wonderful chair before giving away the awards. Ladies and gentlemen, sir. The reason I have requested Mr. Salman Khurshid to take the chair, you must be wondering as to why. Sir, please bear with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairman of NTPC, Mr. Arup Roy Chaudhary has arrived. Welcome here, sir. We missed you during the protocol. We shall invite you on stage as the time comes. Sir. Now the reason why the gentlemen are seated here, because I have been told to read a huge citation, and I thought that they would possibly be uncomfortable standing and listening to me. Thank you so much, sir. Our first recipient, ladies and gentlemen, is Madam Aradhana Patnaik. She gets this award for spearheading a white revolution in the Jharkhand, making 10,000s of women form self-groups to earn from dairy under the Rashtriya Vikas Yojana. An electrical engineer from the National Institute of Technology, Rourkela, Odisha. Madam Patnaik is a 1998 batch IAS officer of the Jharkhand cadre. True to her name, being IAS is not just a post for her, but a mission to make people's lives better. As mission director of the National Rural Health Mission, her mission was to empower villagers by ensuring livelihood. This was based on the belief that development could be complete only when it resulted in change in remote India. Together with her doctor turned bureaucrat husband, she was instrumental in transforming hilly terrains of Kandhamal in Jharkhand town, known for its poverty and underdevelopment, to the second most progressive district in terms of implementation of NRHM in the country. One of the first things that Aradhana Patnaik did after taking over as the NRHM director was to revamp the health services, accelerate the progress of Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana to provide health insurance to the poor, and create 150 health sub-centers in the remotest areas of the state. A firm believer of the fact that people are the cornerstone of any development scheme, she went about forming self-help groups of women with a view to supplement their income from dairy. Today, these have grown to over 1,000 SHGs, with more than 10,000 women as members, each earning more than 2,500 rupees a month. This has given rise to a white revolution in the state under the Rashtriya Vikas Yojana. Likewise, another 800 SHGs in the poultry sector have helped to change the economic status of the families. Apart from these, her other priorities were to provide affordable and quality health care to the people in the remote and far-flung areas, as well as to improve the overall status of nutrition, education, sanitation, and women empowerment. All these helped bring down the infant mortality and maternal mortality rate, as well as the diseases like tuberculosis, leprosy, and malaria. She has worked with an idea to provide health care to the last village, the last household, and the last person, and encourage participation of wide range of people in health development in the state. Could we from our hearts put your hands together for Madam Aradhana Patnaik, please. I've just been informed that she is not here, but nevertheless we take the opportunity of giving her the citation. It's being received by one of our colleagues from the Indian Administrative Service, Madam Veronica Perez. Kindly step up to receive the award. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Aradhana Patnaik. Honorable Minister, Mr. Prabhat Kumar, sirs, we now move on to the second awardee, and if I may request your patience, please. Our next awardee, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Ajit Balaji Joshi of the Indian Administrative Service for conceptualizing software program to eliminate duplication of names in the voters list and making use of available technology to increase efficiency. Could I have the music switched off, please? And may I request you to kindly lend me your ears. An electrical engineer from Mumbai's Sardar Patel Engineering College, Mr. Ajit Balaji Joshi is a 2003 batch IAS officer of the Haryana cadre and has every quality that makes an ideal civil servant. Presently posted as Deputy Commissioner in Jhajjar district of Haryana, he is a self-protagonist of electoral reforms, good governance, efficient administration, and children education. He is a conscious administrator who cares for the deprived children and has a burning desire to change everything around him. While performing election duty, he was perturbed to observe that each district maintained two separate electoral rolls for the State and Central Election Commission. He was quick to notice this as inbuilt flaw in the system, due to which a person could technically vote twice. So he engaged a few Hindi professors to arrange the voting lists alphabetically and manually compile a final list after eliminating the duplicate entries. He engaged Persistent Systems, a Pune-based software firm, to work out a common database at a cost of just rupees 95,000. Besides helping to eliminate 1.25 lakh duplicate voters, the software helped save up to rupees 5 crores in terms of paper and printing costs. The Election Commission of India accepted Joshi's concept in principle and agreed to integrate it with the UID and biometric thumb impression to do away with bogus voting and eliminate paperwork. He started a call center in Sonipat for people to register their complaints. His efforts to educate 15,000 children of migrant workers through innovative ideas have been highly acclaimed by national and international agencies, including a special recognition by former President Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Mr. Joshi has notable contribution in tackling the problem of unemployment and female feticide in Sonipat district through his innovative and cost-effective ideas. He is the spirit behind various government schemes like midday meal, scholarship and free distribution of books to school children, and embarked on a plan to launch a biometric system for registering the attendance of school children and Anganwadi workers across all 250 villages of Jhajjar district, which were fitted with portable GPS-fitted biometric gadgets to make all information available online, making it the first district in the country to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, from your hearts, put your hands together for the Good Governance Trophy to Mr. Ajit Balaji Joshi of the Haryana cadre of the Indian Administrative Service. A big round of applause, and this is what we call very humble recognition of excellent work that should not go unnoticed. Congratulations, Mr. Balaji, and please continue your dynamic work. Mr. Balaji is requested to kindly take on the dais, and if you could have the usherers help him, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our Governance Trophy recipient, Mr. Balaji.
Honorable Mr. Sarmar Khurshid, Honorable Minister, Government of India, other esteemed guests, Honorable juries, our friend Anil Tyagi and team of gfiles, and dear friends. First of all, it gives me immense pleasure to receive this award, and I'm thankful to gfiles and the juries. I thought to just talk for 2 minutes, because whatever was told in the citation was a little bit confusing, so I thought I should just come up with a couple of things which can clarify it. The idea behind starting this common electoral roll was emerged when I was under trained in Panipat, when the first general election took place in 2004 and 2005. We have the Vidhan Sabha elections in Haryana, and we found that there are two separate lists for Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, and separate lists for the state election commissions. So we thought, when the pool of citizens, pool of the voters are the same, why can't we have the similar common electoral rule through which the voters can and the voter list can be generated? So we came up with that particular scheme. Regarding this attendance thing, I just thought there was something missing, so I thought I should add into it. And we have started a unique concept called as active tracker, because Jhajjar is the district which has lowest sex ratio in India. I have 744 for 1,000 for 0 to 6 segment in my district. This is lowest in India. So we thought that every ultrasound machine of my district should be controlled, should be put on active tracker. And this system, this gadget was developed at our level with the company called as Microsoft and NIC Jhajjar jointly devised this software. This is a software through which all power connections are attached, and this does the unless and until it will be activated, the active tracker activated, the ultrasound machine doesn't get activated, as well as it takes whole recording of whatever is tested. And there are so many silent features of this particular thing. This is online based. This is once somebody starts the ultrasound machine, the automatic SMS gets, it is sent to the CMO's mobile number. So we have started that thing. Our ambition, and with this software, because we started this in month of December 2011, and now we have completed 1 year. We could able to see, because to change in the sex ratio is not it's a mammoth work. So, but we can't claim as on today that we have done something great in this field. But we could able to improve our sex ratio by 10 numbers. I think the software is really working well, and that's why Government of India also called us for a presentation. And now Rajasthan government was also asked by High Court of Rajasthan, Honorable High Court of Rajasthan, that 100% ultrasound machines should be implemented with this kind of machine. Mumbai High Court also ordered Maharashtra government saying that all mobile ultrasound machines also, because as on today there are so many mobile ultrasound machines which are going and are used to do illegal sex determination of fit. So all these mobile ultrasound machines are now hereby asked by Bombay High Court to put this particular active tracker. I again take this opportunity to thank Mr. Tyagi as well as gfile and the juries for choosing me for this prestigious award. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Balaji, for clarifying a few points and for accepting the award. Thank you so much, and hope you continue with this wonderful governance for which you are being recognized today. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, sirs, our next recipient is Madam Jyotsna Sitling of the Indian Forest Service. She gets this award, ladies and gentlemen, for involving the local community to clear tons of waste dumped by pilgrims at the ecologically fragile Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. And here I take the opportunity of reading her citation. The 1987 batch Indian Forest Services officer and an alumni of the IIM Bangalore, Jyotsna Sitling is India's first female tribal officer born in the Lepcha district of Kalimpong in West Bengal. Caring for the environment and forest being a part of her natural self, she is known as the eco-warrior who transformed the Nanda Devi biosphere from an ugly garbage dump into a beautiful World Heritage Site. In recognition of her efforts, she was awarded the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration for effective management of protected areas. She was also awarded the prestigious Indira Gandhi Paryavaran Puraskar, the highest honor for environment conservation in India. Her efforts, ladies and gentlemen, towards environmental protection and conservation were also recognized by the then Chief Minister N.D. Tiwari. It was when Madam Jyotsna joined the 5,800 acres long Nanda Devi Biosphere in Uttarakhand as its director in 2002 that she immediately took the responsibility, including managing 2 national parks, the Valley of Flowers and the Nanda Devi National Park, and a sanctuary situated at a height of 3,200 to 6,675 meters, and the most scenic one with close to 520 species of flowering plants and rare flora and fauna. It also provides access to a 19-kilometer trail leading to Hemkund Sahib, the Sikh shrine situated at the highest altitude in the world. All around the national park, the entire mountain region was a huge pile of stinking plastic and non-biodegradable garbage dumped by pilgrims and their mules on way to Hemkund Sahib that was not only destroying the ecological balance, but was also putting the livelihood of people at risk. Madam Jyotsna Sitling, with the help of local community, immediately started a garbage collection campaign and collected 15 truckloads of garbage weighing a whopping 44 tons in 14,000 gunny bags, besides tons of mule dung. With 400 odd shops on the way to the Gurudwara, the challenge was to reverse the damage to the environment without affecting the lives of people. She initiated the Eco Development Committee, comprising of the local stakeholders for responsible tourism, and introduced Eco Fee to bring in funds for cleaning operations. She introduced guidelines for mountaineering in Uttarakhand to save the ecological sensitive Valley of Flowers. The crowning glory came when the UNESCO declared the park as a World Heritage Site in 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to award the Good Governance Trophy to Madam Jyotsna Sitling. I think we would have some wonderful music to add to the whole aura. This is what we call recognition of outstanding work, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what gfiles is all about. Madam Sitling, if you could kindly come on the dais and share us your views, because this evening is for bureaucrats like you who silently pursue your excellence and your passion. Ma'am.
Yeah. I'm really humbled to receive this award. I really thank GFile and jury members for this award. The more I delve as a practitioner into the area of how livelihoods work with conservation, I think more I find that we as civil servants need to delve a lot into the livelihoods of the poor and equity issues. So what I'm doing right now, with the encouragement which I get from all over, I'm really working devotedly now how I can make market work for environment and equity. Presently, I am handling one livelihoods improvement project for the Himalayas. I'm based at Dehradun in Uttarakhand. What I feel is a lot of market framework conditions needs to be really addressed in order to really help the people and to make development more sustainable and to conserve the environment and ecosystem. Thank you very much for this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, madam, for sharing us your views. And probably it's her love for nature, the management skills taught at IIM Bangalore, and her administrative skills in the service is what has led you. And we would want the combination of these three, passion, management skills, and administration, to serve the poor, ladies and gentlemen. We move on with the protocol of the house with our next awardee for being the brain and soul behind a new initiative in proactive and participatory community policing and bringing down crime tremendously in Tamil Nadu. Ladies and gentlemen, the award goes to Mr. J.K. Tripathi of the Indian Police Service. And here is the citation. Please lend us your ears. And the management and staff of gfiles are requested to kindly just stay cool and not maintain any noise and movement, because this is the real thing that we would want the world to know through gfiles Governance Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tripathi is the 1985 batch IPS officer of Tamil Nadu cadre, where he is considered a legend. Mr. Tripathi belongs to Odisha. His crime control strategies and innovative ways of tackling problems have earned him the reputation of an IPS officer with a difference. One of the first things that Chief Minister Madam Jayalalitha did after being sworn in was to give him the responsibility of Chennai's police commissioner. Mr. Tripathi is a recipient of the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration for Innovative Community Policing Module in Tiruchi, where he served as the police commissioner earlier. He also received the International Community Policing Award from the International Association of Chiefs of Police in Toronto, Canada, and a gold medal recipient for innovations in governance from the Commonwealth Association for Public Administration and Management. He's the first Indian to be selected for the prestigious IACP ITT Community Policing Award. When he got posted to Tiruchirappalli, a relatively small, communally sensitive city in Tamil Nadu, as the Commissioner of Police, the law and order situation was in shambles, and the police was considered as an unfriendly and inefficient force. One of the first battles that Mr. Tripathi had to fight was to break the barriers within the force and make crime busting more effective. His strategy of forming core teams headed by an assistant commissioner who could work beyond the jurisdiction of individual police stations worked wonders, showing marked improvement in the number of cases being detected and solved. Mr. Tripathi worked tirelessly to broaden the police role towards community policing that included local problem solving, developmental and welfare activities, preventive education, and developing good relations with the community, making policemen more approachable to the public. He also introduced wide area network connecting all police stations, helpline for women in distress, slum adoption program, and programs for checking juvenile delinquency. The policemen were fixing streetlights, helping senior citizens maintain contact numbers of plumbers and electricians to prevent strangers gaining access into houses while the men were away, and keep a watch on all locked premises to contain burglaries. Suggestion boxes were put up in each area to learn about the functioning at the ground level. All this helped erase the fear of crime in the minds of public and helped win the community's trust. I would request the government to kindly send Mr. Tripathi to be the Chief Police Commissioner of Delhi next, being Delhiites. Mr. Tripathi couldn't be with us. He has sent us a very special letter to be read out. He has sent us his apologies for not making it. Here he reads. Dear gfiles, I am honored by the gesture of gfiles in nominating my services for the Governance Awards 2012 on the 22nd December to be held at New Delhi. I regret to inform that in view of the urgent official preoccupation, I am unable to be present there tomorrow to receive this honor. My Deputy Commandant, Mr. I.S. Ayam Perumal, shall be present at the function to receive the honor on my behalf. I thank gfiles and wish on its 5th anniversary my best wishes for the function, and I shall continue to serve Indian public. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the Good Governance Trophy, Mr. J.K. Tripathi of the Indian Police Service. I think a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Tripathi. And thank you, sir, for receiving the award on his behalf. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you, Mr. Prabhat Kumar. Hope you continue to be patient with us. No, sir. Your presence? No, sir. We have a few more awards. A couple of more awards. And how can we end the evening without listening to you on the microphone? You're a great, outstanding speaker as always. Just a couple of more awards. We would want you to be a little more patient and lend us your ears, because as you know, this is very serious recognition, ladies and gentlemen. Our next award is for excellent contribution, and that goes to Mr. Anil Swarup of the Indian Administrative Service. He gets it for evolving the concept and implementation of the ambitious Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, a health insurance scheme for below poverty line families. He's a postgraduate in political science from Allahabad University. Mr. Anil Swarup is a 1981 batch IS officer of the UP cadre and is best known for devising a national health scheme for the unorganized sector. Presently posted as Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Labour and Employment, the Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, a brainchild of Sri Swarup as the Director General of Labour Welfare, transformed the life of over 100 million people in the unorganized sector. Stemming from a request to Prime Minister Mr. Manmohan Singh in 2007 for a health insurance scheme for those who cannot afford it, Mr. Swarup presented a paper to the World Bank which became the basis for the said scheme that was finally launched in 2008. The scheme has emerged as one of the largest health insurance schemes in the world. Mind-boggling stuff. I think this deserved a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I repeat, the scheme has emerged as one of the largest health insurance schemes in the world. Thank you, gfiles. Amazing. The media is tremendously bothered about glamour and Bollywood. This is real stuff. Under the scheme, all the persons need to do is to show its ration card, pay rupees 30 and get his and his family's thumbprints scanned and their photos taken. Once he gets a card with a credit of 30,000 rupees, he can walk away to any of the 5,000 public and private hospitals across India and get any of the 725 listed treatments done. The RSBY involves the center, state governments, and 20 insurance companies who benefit from getting a single point premium from the state nodal agencies for huge coverage. They also have a margin built into the premium and benefit from being able to reach out to a large segment who may well be the future consumers of their policies. The scheme, on one hand, taps the fortune laying at the bottom of the pyramid, and on the other forces each participant to keep a check on each other, thereby improving the quality of healthcare at the grassroots level. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the first cashless scheme of its kind to use India's technological prowess to such an extent and also provide incentive for new hospitals to enter rural areas. The two prominent features of the scheme, that is, inclusion of even the existing diseases and no age limit, have been picked by the US President Barack Obama for his new health scheme. Excellent Contribution Award. Please welcome Mr. Anil Swarup. Request Mr. Swarup to kindly address the audience, please. Thank you.
I think this award should go to the entire team of Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. I do the talking, they do the walking, and I think they deserve it more than I do. When I joined the Ministry of Labour, someone asked me, where are you? I said, I'm in Labour. They looked at me up and down. They didn't find me in Labour, so to say. There was a bit of a pain on my face, because in the first 3 months I discovered nothing happens in the ministry. And I tried to analyze why it doesn't happen. Then I discovered by definition it can't happen. Because all of us are in labor, and by definition we can't deliver. If you deliver, you will be out of labor. So I was asked to do the impossible, and you all must be wondering, why was Ministry of Labour, which was already in labor and in pain, given this job of doing health insurance scheme? It should have gone logically to a health ministry. No one wanted to take. I didn't know then, because I was totally ignorant, I still am, about health insurance. Health Ministry knew how difficult it was to do a health insurance because everyone was cursing what was happening in the US and elsewhere in the world. So they didn't want it. Department of Financial Services, which was already doing a universal health insurance scheme, they said it was going nowhere. So it was thrust down our throat. But since we were ignorant, we thought, let's try and do something about it. I was extremely lucky to have hit into an extremely, extremely committed team. And the award, that's why I said the award that I receive here is on behalf of that extremely, extremely committed team, without which it wouldn't have happened. And the scheme didn't get to be recognized in India. It still isn't. I'm so thankful to gfiles for having done that. Because in India, when yoga becomes yoga, it only then gets to be recognized. I was invited to Washington and was asked to make a presentation twice before the World Bank, who thought the scheme was good enough to go to other countries. Indeed, it is going to about 7 countries. Not many people know it here, and someone rightly put it, the media doesn't recognize it in India. It did later on. But when the Wall Street Journal team came here, they asked me, how's this scheme doing? I said, you're asking the baker how good the cake is. Go to the field and find it out for yourself. They came up with a full-page report in the US, and that is when the World Bank sat up and saw, and they invited me over. While making a presentation, there was a professor from London School of Economics who asked me, Mr. Sroop, your scheme is a miracle. I said, Professor, I don't think it's a miracle. The fact that it is happening in India is a miracle. It was difficult. And then immediately after the presentation, I was asked to make another presentation before a couple of foundations, Rockefeller and Bill Gates foundations. After my presentation, one of the gentlemen asked me over an informal chat, Mr. Sroop, you are a thoroughbred bureaucrat. Why are you so passionate and committed about this damn scheme? What additionally are you getting out of it? I thought for a while and then I asked him, why do you give millions of dollars to poor countries? He also thought for a while and said,